Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. I'm very excited. Today is going to be a full review and wear test on a new foundation that I recently got my hands on. This is not a new foundation on the market whatsoever. This foundation actually has received a ton of hype. Everyone hypes this foundation up. Honestly, I feel like everyone hypes up all of the foundations in the Infallible line. It's a L'Oreal foundation. So this one here is the one we're going to be putting to the test today. This is the Infallible 24-Hour Fresh Wear Foundation. Very exciting to try this bad boy out. So if you want to see a demo and then my thoughts on how it wears throughout the day, then just keep on watching. All right guys, so just diving right in. I can barely hear right now. My ears are just like so popped, but we're gonna fight through this. I have 3 shades in this collection. This again is the L'Oreal Infallible 24-Hour Fresh Wear Foundation. So I'm really excited to try this one out. I've had it for a while and I haven't had a chance to test it out, so I'm very excited. So like I said, I have 3 shades here. I have 470, 455, and 450. So I'm gonna go ahead and just shade match myself. I'll just go ahead and pump. Ooh, it's a lot more liquidy than I thought it was gonna be. So I'm just gonna show you guys on the back of my hand really quickly how liquidy it is. Firstly, like I need to put like a little roadblock. This side here is 470, 455, and 450. I think I'm gonna be probably this shade, maybe this shade, 450. We'll see. I did not expect it to be that liquidy, but I don't know. Okay, so I'm just gonna go ahead and do all 3 shades on my skin. So that clearly is too dark. That is 450. Here's 455. That looks a lot better. And then I'm gonna do 450. So 450 and 455 definitely are the closest. I'm actually gonna wipe these off before they dry, but just to give you guys like a clear look, 455, I'm just gonna remove it now before it gets too dark on me. Maybe a summer shade, but definitely not right now. Okay, so this is 455, and then here's 450. So 450 is like a lot more pink. I'm gonna mix them together and see what that gives me because I'm not convinced on either of them, to be honest. This happens all the time, it's the joys, but I think I'm gonna go ahead and mix them because 455 just looks a little bit too warm for me right now. It would probably look nice, but I'd have to do a lot of blending down the neck. So I'm gonna mix them both. I'm gonna do a pump of each and see where that leads us. So 470 is gonna definitely be maybe a summer shade, but not right now. So based on how the foundation felt just running down my hand, I'm gonna use more of a matte primer today. This is just a CoverGirl matte primer that I've really been liking. It does the trick, mattifies the face. That's all I really need in a primer. So I've just got both pumps there. I'm going to mix it around and I'm just going to do one side of the face first. So I think the shades mixed together gave me a really good match. That's the thing sometimes, when you do such a good match, you can barely see it on the camera. I'm just gonna take a little bit more of the product and just put it in the cheek area. Sometimes I find when going in with a beauty blender, you lose a little bit of coverage because you are soaking up a little bit of the product. In my opinion, it's giving a very natural to satin finish. I'm actually really liking the way my skin's looking. And I like the level of coverage that it's giving too. It's nothing too heavy. My prediction is that this, if it does wear well throughout the day, it's gonna be a really great like everyday office foundation. So this is one side of the face completely done. I'm really liking it. You can see that I still have quite a bit of glow to the skin, so it's definitely not mattifying. It's very fresh looking on the skin, natural, which I'm into 100%. And then this is absolutely nothing on the skin, so you could see it definitely does do a great job of covering up kind of any unevenness to the skin. It helped around my eyes, around my nose specifically. Those are kind of my problem areas. So I'm gonna go ahead and do this side of the face now. this foundation, it gets soaked up so easily by the sponge, so that's the only downfall. So I'm curious to see how it would play out with a brush, just because this consistency just soaks right up. I find anything like super luminous really gets soaked up. I don't know if you guys can tell like how quickly it blends out, but it really does blend so fast. It's pretty incredible. So this is what my skin's looking like with the foundation. I'm really loving it. I think the two shades mixed together was like a perfect match for me, which is so unfortunate because there's nothing worse than having to buy two foundation shades just to get your right shade. I think I could go with the 450 and then just apply a little bit more bronzer. So if you are my shade, about a 220 in the Maybelline Matte and Poreless, or about an NC 25 at MAC Cosmetics, I would recommend going with the 450 in the winter months and then maybe bumping it up to 455, maybe even 460 in the winter months. So that's kind of my recommendation based on the shade. But that being said, them mixed together does really give me a nice kind of complexion, just because the 450 was a little bit more on the cool toned and I do like a little bit more warmth to my skin. Loving that. I'm going to hop off camera really quickly, finish up the rest of my makeup, and then jump back on and continue talking about a little bit more details about the foundation and my thoughts. And today we're actually doing a wear test, which is very exciting. So I will check in later on to tell you guys how I'm feeling about the foundation as well. So I'm gonna jump off, finish up my makeup, and be right back. Okay guys, so I just finished up the rest of my makeup and I'm really loving the way that everything's looking. Head to my Instagram if you don't follow me there. Head over there. I always post kind of these tutorials, like the full makeup looks over there, as well as like quick demos. So if you're not following me there, be sure to head over there. But honestly, like, my thoughts on this foundation are pretty positive so far. It is about 1:26. I started filming this video at about 12:45, so the foundation's probably been on for about 20 minutes now, and so far, really liking it. The way that products applied on top of it were easy, like so easy. I used a range of different products, so not only L'Oreal. I did use a L'Oreal concealer, but other than that, I set it with this powder here from Dermablend, this illuminating banana powder. I've really been loving it, and it sets so beautifully. Bronzer, highlight, blush, everything went on really nice. So far, 2 thumbs up. I'm really loving this. I mentioned this in the demo, and it's that I kind of had this inclination that when I was applying it, the way that I was applying and the amount of coverage it was giving and the way it was looking on my skin, is that this is going to be a really, really good everyday office wear foundation. And now that I have the rest of my face on, I definitely still stand behind that statement. We'll see as the day proceeds if that is going to be true, because I'm the type of person where I kind of go all day, and I don't really feel the need to touch up my makeup halfway through the day unless I have, you know, a specific, you know, meeting, or I'm going out after work or something like that, then maybe I will. But for the most part, I'm the type of person, I apply my makeup in the morning and I kind of just go and roll with it for the rest of the day. So it is really important to me that foundations last. I hate it when foundations break up. Around the nose area and chin, those are like my 2 areas of struggle. So that's where I'll be keeping my eye on the most. I always get oily in the T-zone. That's just like something that I've always had and lived with. That to me is not really that big of a deal. If I look super oily during the day when I go to the washroom, I just like kind of pat it with a toilet paper and I'm good. Like, I don't do anything too crazy. That is really the most. So I wanted to talk a little bit more about the foundation itself. This foundation comes in 30 shades, which is so incredible. I always say, like, I think above the 25 mark is really pushing, you know, pushing good on the shade range. So loving that. It does go between, I saw on Walmart.ca it goes for about $16.50, and then on Ulta.ca it's going for $19. And I believe I've seen this foundation at Shoppers Drug Mart around the $18, $19 mark as well. So those are some pretty good prices because this is a phenomenal foundation. When it comes to foundations, L'Oreal like just hits the mark every time. I'm not even joking. I've never tried a foundation from L'Oreal where I was like, what were they thinking? So honestly, I think that it is well worth the $20 Canadian for sure, without a doubt. Another reason why I think it's also worth the $19 like range dollar-wise at the drugstore is because they actually have upgraded the packaging, in my opinion, from like the Pro Glow Pro Mattes to the Fresh Wear, in the sense that now it's in a bottle and has a pump, which is really awesome. I have no problems with a foundation in a squeezy tube because you can still really get the makeup out of the packaging quite easily, but just adding in a pump, like pumps are just what people want. That's the best type of packaging, in my opinion, when it comes to foundations. They're the most clean, they're easy, and I don't know, they're just reliable. You know you're gonna get almost everything out of the bottle. But like I said, we're going to keep putting this to the test. I'm really excited to be doing a wear test. I think that wear test videos for foundation specifically are the absolute best types of reviews because you can really see how it's gonna wear for the rest of the day. So I am going to hop off camera, continue on with my day, and hopefully do at least one, maybe two updates later on to let you guys know how the foundation's wearing and whatnot. But yeah, guys, I'm very excited, so I will check in with you guys momentarily. Hey guys, so it is a little bit later. It is now 4:16. We just got back from running errands, and I'm actually totally content with how my makeup's looking. I have like a little bit of oil coming through in my T-zone, but like I said, that's to be expected on a daily basis for me. I always struggle with a little bit of oil, and I just take a tissue and kind of like, and that's pretty much all I do. As you can see, like my contour and blush, my highlight, everything's really stayed on top of the foundation really well. I've had no problems in my nose area or my chin area with the foundation breaking up, so that is awesome. I am going to take, just because I'm a little bit oily and for the purpose of the video, really, I'm going to take a blotting sheet from, these are just from Mary Kay, and I'm going to blot the center of my face just to see, honestly, like if I were at work, I probably would not even think about doing anything to my face right now because it really does look quite good. So we're just gonna take this, and you have to remember, like when I'm filming, I'm under a super bright light so you can see everything. Okay, so I'm just going to press this into my forehead and show you guys. So quite a bit came up, nothing too much though. I'm also gonna do my chin and then like around my nose. So this is everything that came up. Honestly, I've seen so much worse, so much worse. So the foundation's only been on for about 3.5 hours. I'm gonna keep wearing it for the rest of the evening and hopefully hit the 8-hour mark. That's like my goal, which would be about 9 o'clock. So I'm gonna try and do that and give you guys a final update on how it's gonna wear. One thing to note is that I'm probably gonna be on the couch watching TV for the rest of the night, like watching some football. So when I do that, I often like, you know, rest my face, so I'm hoping that won't impact it too much, but it's real life. You guys will see how it wears throughout lounging around the house. But honestly, as of right now, I'm giving it still 2 thumbs up. It's wearing really, really well, and everything else on my face is wearing on top of it really, really well. So I'm really thinking this might be a new everyday foundation for me. I am pumped about it. So stay tuned. I'm gonna do one more update in a little bit later. Hey guys, I am back for my final wear test update. I have been like pushing myself to wear this foundation as long as possible. As you guys know, I'm a morning person, so I go to bed pretty early, so I'm really pushing myself. It is 9:33 right now. So that means that I've officially had this foundation on for 8.5 hours. Honestly, it's not looking bad at all. I have a little bit of oils in my T-zone and on my chin, and then a little bit like on the apples of my cheeks, like right here. But it's nothing outrageous. Like it's nothing that I can't handle. Also, side note, I didn't even bother reapplying my lip because I just had dinner and I didn't feel like reapplying. Like my lips are really chapped, so I was like, you know what, I'm just gonna skip that. So forgive the lip, but other than that, my makeup is completely still on. Like brows are intact, my highlight, contour, and bronzer are still looking really, really good. So I'm overall super happy with this. This is definitely a great, awesome everyday foundation in my opinion. It gives a super nice natural satin finish to the skin, which I adore for office wear. I would say it definitely gives a medium coverage. I did go a little bit extra in the cheek areas, but that was just because I was applying with a beauty blender, so it soaks up quite a bit of product. So oftentimes I do go in a little bit more in those areas just to cover up a little bit more, but honestly, like, it did such a great job. I'm so obsessed with this foundation right now. I'm really pumped. I'm just gonna use the same blotting paper and just kind of blot a little bit here, but so quite a bit of oils are coming up. You can see it there. Those are my fingerprints. But nothing, like, in my opinion, that outrageous. Like, I really think that this is a great foundation. I don't know, I can't say enough good things. This is definitely going to be my current everyday foundation, I would say. It's awesome. So I think that's going to wrap this up. Clearly, you guys know my thoughts. Very happy with this foundation. So I am going to wrap it up. Thank you guys so much for watching. Let me know down below what you think of these wear tests. But I do think for foundations, when it comes to reviews, I am going to be doing more wear tests. I think they're awesome to watch. I love watching those because then you really get to know if the foundation is going to work long term, like for a full day. But nonetheless, thank you guys so much for watching. Be sure to subscribe to my channel for more videos. And of course, I will see you guys in my next one. Bye guys.